Hey everyone, hello, hello. So, what do a cursed wine cabinet, a shadowy figure in a museum, a secretive Utah ranch, and glowing lights in the sky all have in common? Believe it or not, Post Malone. Tonight, we're diving into the paranormal side of one of the world's biggest music stars. Now, we're going to go from the infamous Dybbuk box to his visit to Skinwalker Ranch to UFOs he swears he's seen with his own eyes. This is a story where celebrity meets the supernatural. Let's start in Las Vegas at Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum. Post Malone was there in 2018 and he encountered something called a Dybbuk box. And I've done videos on Dybbuk boxes before. I'll put the link in the description box. But those who are not familiar with a Dybbuk box, it's a small cabinet with a terrifying reputation. It's said to contain a malicious spirit from Jewish folklore called a Dybbuk. The story first spread online in the early 2000s when a man named Kevin Manis auctioned a box on eBay, claiming it brought misfortune to anyone who owned it. And over time, the legend grew so much that it even inspired a Hollywood movie. Now, Post Malone wasn't just a casual visitor. According to reports, he touched Zach Bagans while Zach was holding the Dybbuk box, and that's when things got weird. Witnesses say a dark figure was seen near them that night, a shadowy presence that some claim followed Post Malone out of the museum. And then came the so-called curse. Afterward, Post Malone had a string of bad luck, a car crash, a near-death experience with a malfunctioning plane, and even a burglary at his old home. Some tabloids called it coincidence. Others were sure it was the Dybbuk box at work. And Post Malone admitted he believed something dark may have attached itself to him that night.
Because I'm friends with Zach Bagans from Ghost Adventures, right?
Oh.
And it's like,
Did he ever take you to a haunted house?
we did a whole episode. You should check it
Did you
out.
get scared?
It's terrifying. It's terrifying, man. And in his museum, so apparently there's a thing called the Dybbuk box, which is one of the most haunted items in the world, apparently. And he wanted to, so we took the glass case off of the Dybbuk box, which is in his museum in Vegas. And he thought it was a sick-ass idea to put the ashes of a lady who died while she was possessed on top.
Whoa.
And then my plane almost crashed. I was in a car accident. My house got robbed, and I had bite marks on my arm. And he hit the wall like I've never seen someone in fear so hard as whenever he touched it. And it's I don't know if it's someone who's dead or if it's a demon or if it's fucking something dimensional. But it's something there that goes bump in the night, I suppose.
If you thought that the Dybbuk box was the end of the story, think again, because Post Malone didn't stop there. In 2020, he paid a visit to Skinwalker Ranch in Utah, one of the most infamous paranormal spots in America. Skinwalker Ranch has been tried in stories of UFO sightings, cattle mutilations, mysterious lights, and shape-shifting creatures from Navajo legend. It's been investigated by government contractors, private scientists, and endless paranormal enthusiasts. And when Post Malone visited, he met with the ranch's owner, Brandon Fugel, and even posed for photos on the property. Now, he didn't publicly detail everything he saw that day, but just the fact that he made the pilgrimage to one of the strangest places in the country says a lot about his curiosity, and maybe about his beliefs. For a celebrity of his level, choosing to spend time on a property nicknamed the Disneyland of the paranormal is pretty telling. And then there are the UFOs. Post Malone has talked openly in interviews and podcasts about seeing what he believed were unidentified flying objects. The first sighting, he says, happened when he was around 10 years old in upstate New York. He and a group of friends saw a strange light moving unnaturally in the sky. And also later, when he lived in Tarzana, California, he described seeing a massive object above the city, a glowing dome-like shape, almost like a force field with lights hovering in formation. And in Utah, where he now lives, he says he's seen more. Bright lights in the sky that stop, vanishing, then reappearing in ways that defy ordinary explanation. And on Joe Rogan's podcast, he admitted, quote, "I've seen one. I've seen multiple. I don't know what they are, but they're not normal planes."
My aunt and uncle were very strict, and we had to go to bed at a very strict deadline. And I was looking out the window with my cousin, and it's just a light that just stays there and then just goes off. I mean, it just, you can't explain it.
Well, if you're 17 at the time?
Probably 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in Utah, I mean, their shit happens all the time. I mean, even here in LA, I can't tell you how many times, because I used to live in Tarzana. So there was like a balcony here, and it looked kind of like, it sounds corny. My aunt and uncle were very strict.
Huh.
But like a classic like force field. Whenever you think of a force field, and it just kind of goes like this, and it's kind of like a dome in a circular shape.
Mm-hmm.
And it just goes like this and goes back in.
Now, skeptics might chalk it up to drones, hallucinations, or overactive imagination. But Post Malone's consistency and the fact that he's willing to talk about it so publicly adds to his sincerity. He's not saying he knows what they are, just that he's seen something. So, what do we make of all of this? Post Malone's life already looks larger than life. Sold out stadiums, platinum albums, wild tattoos, and a world of fame most of us can't imagine. But layered on top of that is this string of eerie encounters, a cursed object, a dark figure, a legendary ranch, and a strange lights in the sky sighting. It's part of a long tradition of humans trying to make sense of the unknown. For Post, it may be belief. For his fans, it may be fascination. And for skeptics, it's another celebrity dabbling in ghost stories. But one thing's for sure, these accounts add a mysterious, almost mythic layer to his public persona. And maybe that's the point. Whether you believe in the paranormal or not, stories like these live on because they make us wonder, could it happen to us too? So, that's it for tonight's video and our dive into the paranormal world of Post Malone, from the Dybbuk box to Skinwalker Ranch to UFOs. He's become one of the few modern stars who doesn't just sing about feeling out of this world, but actually says he's seen it. So what do you think? Are Post Malone stories real encounters with the unknown, or just coincidences and imaginations? I'd love to hear your comments, so share your thoughts with me. And also, if you like the channel, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and maybe share the video with a friend or two. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies and your hands away from cursed wine cabinets. All right, everyone, take care. Peace.